Hey guys, good evening. Rich, Thrill the Treasure here. Want to get a video out before the week started. Someone had made a comment just like an hour ago on the last video asking if I had found the treasure and took the prize and ran. So I answered them. I was like, no, I haven't, and I'm going to do one by Wednesday. But then the more I thought about it, the more I realized if I wait till tomorrow, who knows what can happen. So a little bit sleepy if I sound tired. I also have a cold, so I apologize. But all right, cool. So let's get going. A few things. First off, the update that everybody probably, or lots of people are probably wanting to hear is the winner of the last video arrowhead giveaway. This is a translucent one, okay? And what I did is, like I do every time, is everybody that made a comment on the last video, I took their username, I put it on a piece of paper, I fold it up, I put it in a hat, I shake it up, and I pull the name out. That simple. There was a lot of comments on the last video. Thank you guys so much. A lot of good comments. I was afraid with this that people would just comment to enter to win the arrowhead or the books or the map, wall map, but luckily that's not the case. Good stuff. So that's, you guys know, if you guys have subscribed or heard a few of my videos, I sincerely started doing this to get feedback and have kind of interaction between a group. I never thought I'd get it 10 subscribers, more or less 300 and something I got now. So I'm shooting for 500. That's really, I think, the magic number of a great group. We could bounce ideas off of each other. So that said, so the winner for last video is Lord of Finn. Lord of Finn, you are the winner. So you can get the translucent arrowhead. Just go back a few videos. You can see the picture of that one. Or if you need a copy of Thrill the Chase or one of the other books, that could be what you pick. Or you could pick the wall map, the really cool map that's in the book. You can actually get that for like your frame it, put on your wall. So just decide, let me know. I'll notify you after the video. And so guys, and we're on again. So this is a new contest for on this video. Anybody that likes, subscribes, is subscribed and comments, and I'll pick just like this. And the next arrowhead is a really cool one too. It's from Southern Indiana. It's bigger than the translucent one. It's super sharp, beautiful. I'll put a picture. I'll post a picture in the comment section. It might not be when I might have to update it tomorrow in the afternoon with the picture. So if you're listening to this and the picture's not in the comment section, it will be in a couple days. So just check for that. So again, if you comment, you guys will be entered to win it. And I'm just, like I said, guys, I think it's important to focus on arrowheads because they're such a big part of Forrest and what got him going in this. And at least for me, it's just an outlet that's not just treasure related, you know, because obviously, guys, the odds of us find this thing individually small. But if you're looking for arrowheads, it's the same feeling. It's so exciting to look for Indian camps and stuff like that. So I won't go on and on, but that's why I'm doing this. And I think it's fun to give back and get everyone interacting. So Lord of Finn, you're the winner. And for this video, we'll give one away on the comments. Is Montana where warm waters halt? That's the name of the title. Let's go to Google Earth, guys. Now, on the last video, I think I touched a little bit on my idea about how I think that where warm water halts isn't like a specific place as far as like an actual water like a lake or a stream halting. I think it's more like a grand idea, like a bigger idea. And I mentioned like the Continental Divide, okay? And I go into that, also go into that in the keyword video too, because I think waters plural might be the key word, possibly for that very reason as well, is it kind of points to, you know, a bigger picture type thing instead of like looking at all these different places where just one warm water halts. Okay, so that got me thinking, you know, and I looked deeper into some of the things I mentioned, like the Continental Divide, the Western water or the interior waterway that actually ran. There was a water from here all the way up into Canada. So North America was basically split in half. So I thought that was an idea. So I want to search something, guys. I want to search a mountain, okay? It's called Triple Divide Peak. You're going to find Triple Divide Peak right smack dab in Montana. And Triple Divide Peak is actually, guess where? Glacier National Park in Montana. Now, why do I bring up Triple Divide Peak? Let's take a look, read about it real quick, and you'll kind of know why. Let's go to Wikipedia for it. It says Triple Divide Peak is located in the Lewis Range part of the Rocky Mountains in North America. It's located in Glacier National Park in the state of Montana. Here's the important part. The summit of the peak, the hydraulical apex of North America continent, is the point where two of the principal continental divides of North America converge. The primary continental divide of Americas and the northern or Laertian divide. I'm sorry if I'm butchering that. Okay. Now, we've talked about the Continental Divide, right? What's this? Right? I've never heard of that until I found this. So, let's click on this. Now, I want you guys to tell me if there ever was the possible definition of a big picture where warm water halts, you tell me if this is it. The Laertian Divide is a continental divide in North America, dividing the direction of water flow in eastern and southern Canada from the northern Midwestern United States. It separates the river systems that flow northward to the Arctic Ocean and Hudson Bay from those that flow southward to the Atlantic Oceans, Caribbean Sea, and Gulf of Mexico. I'm not going to read it again, guys, but if you can't see how that definition basically means where warm water halts. I mean, the warm waters of the Caribbean Sea, the Gulf of Mexico, basically are south. It separates that to the Arctic water to the north. I was blown away when I saw this. I've never seen anything as far as the big picture idea that has a definition so close to where warm waters halt. All right, basically says, south is North America or north into Canada. That's where they halt. So I really want to show that. I find it extremely interesting. So the question now is, okay, is Triple Divide Peak, is that where warm water halts? Is that it? You know what I'm saying? Begin at where warm water halts. Is it Triple Divide Peak? It's right there. Or is it, we got to follow that divide on up to Canada here, and is it at some place on that line that we have to focus on? And obviously, I'm not sure, guys, on that, but I have my ideas. But I just think that Triple Divide Peak is fascinating. If you look into this area, I really think we talked about it. About me kind of leaning towards it being closer to home. But my biggest solve is right up here, guys. It's close to Triple Divide Peak. And so what I'm thinking right now, my hunch is I think this is where warm water halts. But I think it's more of the area, meaning begin at where warm waters halt. Okay? And I think that it's possibly Montana, big picture, because of this, or based on the definition of that divide, actually begin at where warm water halts is Canada. Okay, based on this divide, Triple Divide Peak, and that definition we talked about. So I'm going to do something you guys probably aren't expecting, and this is why I'm doing this. I'm doing this to prove a point, and not even a point. That sounds even like I'm not proving any points. I'm just doing it to show you that we can share things. If no one has proprietary information, and even if you give someone like your idea of a solve, the odds of someone actually listening to you are rare, and the odds of someone actually going to a location and finding it are rare. So we can share a lot of things, and I like to share things. And I'm going to get you guys' idea. I am going to share with you my Montana solve right now. Okay? So, guys, my idea is this. Like I just said, based on what I just told you, where warm water halts is in Canada. Okay? I believe one of the biggest hints in the book is borders. I think this treasure is on a border. If it's not up here in the Canadian and Montana border, I believe that it's going to be in the New Mexico, Colorado border area. I think I mentioned in my last video. So on the Montana saw that I have, I think it's the Canadian and Montana border is really big. So if you look here at this border, I start looking for any waterway that started in North America that ended in Canada, right? In this exact area here. If you go closer here, scan across, there's one. There's kind of one that's mostly on that side of into Canada. And I do believe there's just one more, possibly. No, not that I see here. I think there was one more. It might be that one I was talking about. So, guys, the most prominent one is right here, Upper Waterton Lake. Okay, guys, listen up. This is it. This is like this is my solve. This is where I'm going to be this spring, right here. This is what I believe. Okay, I don't know why I'm nervous to tell it, but it's. I believe Forrest hid the treasure on the north side of Glacier National Park. Okay, now this area of the park, if you try to get to it from down in this area, it is very remote. It takes 5 hours of hiking or more. It's really hard to get to this area through this park. It might be a little bit quicker, but it's a lot of work, guys. It's definitely no park your car, walk 2 miles. Okay, so to get to the back side of this, here's the cool thing. What you have to do, the easiest way to do is go up through the United States into Canada. Okay, then you go to Waterton, Canada. You park, and then guess what you take? Take a boat, guys. You take a ferry right down here, all the way down until you get down here, and that's Glacier National Park. You guys can do your own research on this. This is actually they share this. This is a shared park. There's another name. There's another park named here that butts up against Glacier. This area is actually named differently. All right. Now, one thing I thought was really cool. If you do this, let's measure this distance real quick. And let's see, let's go. Is it miles? Yeah. So from Waterton to their Glacier, how many miles is that? 6.3 miles. 6.33 miles. So not far, but too far to walk. You can walk, use the boat, use the ferry, put in below the home of Brown. Now, the second clue in the book for this solve. Guys, have you ever asked yourself, did Forrest play football? How big was football in Forrest's life? You guys remember his high school football coach being involved in his life at all? Or him playing football at all? Referencing football? In the book, Phil the Chase is in the reference of football. And there is. He's playing flag football or touch football the day that they call him in the loudspeaker to go to leave school when he ran and cried. So I'll be honest with you. When I found this solve, when I came upon this idea, I needless to say, I didn't have a Homer Brown. Okay, but then I start looking down here where he puts in at, and guys, when I say put in, I'm talking to Doc. They put in. That ferry puts in. Okay, so below, where's the Homer Brown? Cleveland Creek. Cleveland Browns. What's up here? What's a big mountain? That's biggest mountain close by, Mount Cleveland. Below Mount Cleveland, Cleveland Browns, Homer Brown. Don't laugh at me, guys. As you can tell, I'm sharing this with you. So I'm sharing it with you for a number of reasons. One is because I'm not 100% set on it, okay? I just want you to give you some ideas of what could work, stretching your mind a little bit. I think it's possible. It doesn't say Browns, he says Brown, but you know what? It's capitalized, and if you look at the clues in the book and football in his life, this is a possibility. It really is. Now, home of the meek, right? Or no place for the meek, excuse me. What's up with that? What's this area called? Guys, this is Ghost Haunt Port, Ghost Haunt Ranger Station. This is Ghost Haunt. This whole area is Ghost Haunt. So needless to say, it'd be no place for the meek if you're going off of names, like the name thing. A haunted place. No one meek's going to be around a haunted place. So, like, yeah, I can't believe I'm sharing this with you guys. It is ever drawing nigh to me is left, guys, left. So I go left facing south in this situation. Heavy loads and water high. So to me, water high has always been a lake up in higher elevation. And right here, guys, is Ghost Haunt Lake. Not on the mountaintop but close. Ghost Haunt Mountain, not on the mountaintop but close. Water high. No place for the meek. Below the home of Brown. Not far but too far to walk. Put in. Now, I'm going to leave it at that, guys, as far as everything. I'm not going with everything, all the details. If you go either way on this solve, if you go over here, there's a lot of water high. These three beautiful rivers or lakes right over here on this side. If you do your research, these things are hard to get to. I'm talking hours of hiking. So I don't think those are it. But Ghost Haunt Lake isn't easy either. And you'll find that if Forrest did come in here and go up through here, I'm not sure about that. Okay, so that puts the possible solve down in this area. You know, through here, there's some waterfalls, there's trails. Yeah, just amazing guy. Rainbow Falls is right there. There's a possibility. So you can, you know, if you want to, you guys can do the work on this. But this, to me, guys, is a decent enough solve where I'm going to be in this area for a few weeks this search season. I mean it. I've always thought that he used some other form of transportation after he parked the car. And the biggest reason why is because he actually I pulled this up because he won't give us an answer. Forrest, you said you made 2 trips from your car to hide the treasure. Besides walking, did you use any other method of transportation to get back and forth between the car and the hide? Thanks, Edgar. Edgar, your wording of the question prompts me to pause and wonder if I can answer it candidly yet correctly. Were all the evidence truly known and answering the positive, you might say I was prevaricating by the definition of the word. If I answered in the negative, you may claim that I'm quibbling, so I'll stay quiet on the subject. Why can't he answer? Right? Now, I will say this. The way he answered it, if he did take a boat, it wouldn't seem like it'd be quibbling, you know what I'm saying, or prevaricating. It seemed like he'd be able to say yes. But to be straightforward, this is, I think, how Forrest misdirects us with a non-answer. He can't answer it. And the reason why he doesn't answer it is because I think he uses something else. Now, if this solve isn't right, I think the other 2 possibilities are horseback, so down another location, or maybe he really is like wibbling and he's waiting, like it's still his feet, but he's waiting or crawling, you know what I'm saying, something to change the pace instead of walking. And the way he answers, that seems like the most logical answer to this. The reason why he's not answering, but I think it's because he uses something else. I really do. So, guys, I would love to get your feedback on this. You know what? Like I said, it's a cool solve. And I also want to get your feedback on this. Okay, so you have to have a passport to get through here. Okay, so think about this. He drives through the checkpoint. Now they're not going to check the 80-year-old man's car, right? So they're not going to find the gold. Parks it. Takes 2 trips. So he parks his car. He takes 2 trips on that ferry that afternoon. The first, he goes, he docks, goes through. Now you got to check. You got to check through here to get to the United States. It's actually a port of entry. Now I've heard that it's the station. It's there's not a actual ranger there. So that's cool because they're not going to go through your belongings and stuff like that. You do it a different way. I'll let you guys do all that research. I've done all that stuff. It took me a long time to figure out how he did this. But I want to know what your thoughts on the little girl from India. Could this be why she couldn't get through? Okay, think about that. Is it possible? I mean, because you're literally, it's so crafty because you're going through the back. So you're actually going to another country, then back through, and it's just so cool. I really like the idea. I really like the concept, and I'm just intrigued by it so much, guys. So I also have a New Mexico solve now that's really New Mexico Colorado solve that's coming together. And the biggest reason why I shared this with you guys is because my other solve actually has taken over this one, as far as like possibilities of being right. So I just had to share this with you guys. I had to. I really want to get everyone's feedback. And again, don't be mean. I know Helma Brown is, I don't know. Is it a stretch, or I'm saying, is football really big? Is that big of a deal? I don't know. I'm kind of torn. You know what I'm saying? Where warm water halts, that's a bigger question. Is this really a stretch on the broad where warm water halts? Or is it really from that definition of triple divide peak and that the divide? Can we gather that warm water halts in Canada? And this actual is the definition is the water is warm here and it halts up there in Waterton once it crosses the border. Could forests have been in this area? Would this surprise us? You can go through and kind of match things up. So I think that's all I got, guys. It's kind of late. I want to just get the winner out there, Lord of Finn. Congratulations. That's really about it for now. I got a bunch of good ideas, things to share coming up. So many, I can't even go over them all with you. But I'll tell you this, one final thing. One of the silliest things I ever saw was when someone took the cover of the Thrill of the Chase and they said that the coins were in Montana if you flip it, right? And that's the treasure state, and that showed that the treasure was in Montana. Well, do this for me. This area right here, when you do that with the cover, you tell me where that shiny coin, you tell me where it's laying at. You talk about if that's, you know what I'm saying? It's just crazy that I found this saw before I looked at that and saw that shiny coin. And that shiny coin, guys, is right here. Right here. So if that cover was done purposely, then it would make sense. If not, it's just so crazy how this is the solve that people came up with, or I came up with at Great Glacier. All right, guys, I'm mumbling. Thank you so much for all the feedback. So on this video, if you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. Please like if you would. And if you comment, we're going to give away that next arrowhead. And congratulations, Lord of Finn. I'll contact you here real shortly. All right, guys, good night.